Let's move on to talking points, and here's an iPhone photo for you.
Let's go. Ooh.
So this one was posted by Chicken Fried Barbecue, and they are one of the best competition barbecue teams right now, and this is a pretty sad-looking hand inbox.
It is. I mean, we touched on this a couple of weeks ago, though, about the difference between barbecue restaurant brisket and comp brisket, and the fact that when you judge, you only judge what made the box, not what didn't make the box. So this could have still scored pretty high, but at the end of a big brisket cook, if that's all you can muster, I'm sure he's pretty peeved.
Yeah. He says, sometimes it's ugly. Mrs. Chicken Fried nailed the kale box, and it all went downhill from there. I thought my burnt ends were way too mushy. No way they were going in the box. And that was until I sliced the brisket and it fell apart like a Jenga tower. That's what he says.
Must be so heartbreaking, eh?
So guess what? Yep, we circled back to the mushy burnt ends, and that's what went in the box.
Because usually brisket's the last hand in too, eh? So this is probably at the end of 2 days of prepping and cooking, and for it to all fall apart at the last hurdle must just crush you.
Yeah, so he says no matter how long you've been cooking, this craft will humble you real quick.
Yeah, I reckon.
Anyone who's in barbecue who hasn't had failures is full of shit.
That's it. But how good is it that there's no gatekeeping? He's just gone, nah, I'll take photos of my wins. I've got to fucking show the reality of the not so high scoring boxes too.
Well, that's the big thing about this new social media world is every single person that's a content creator, everything they do is great. It tastes amazing. You very rarely see the failures. So it's refreshing to see somebody sharing who is at the top of the game and going, hey, I don't get it right all the time either.
This is the human aspect.
Correct. Yeah. Moving on. Now, you sent this one to me, and it's a photo of a well-known, respected pitmaster out of Melbourne, Australia. His name is Lance Rosen. I think he won World Cookbook of the Year once for his barbecue cookbook, and this photo was taken in 2010. What are we looking at?
This is some very early low and slow barbecue, and it probably wouldn't even get on the kitchen pass in 2026. It's a little bit sad looking, but back in the day, this would have blown people's socks off, mate. You've got a bit of pulled brisket there, some slaw, some barbecue sauce, some pit beans, and some pulled pork. But I mean, can you remember the first time you ever even tried a real barbecue sauce? Most people, it was a Sweet Baby Ray's, and it changed your life.
It did. 100% it did. I can remember eating barbecue that looked just like this, probably in 2010 too, and it blew my mind. So just to clarify, the photo we're looking at is Lance. I think he was somewhat proud of it at the time because he didn't say anything. He just posted a picture that says smoked meat platter, and he did so in 2010.
And this was on a restaurant menu too. Like he was serving this in his restaurant. So he was definitely proud of it.
Okay, so let's skip forward 15 years, and this is his barbecue today.
Yeah, absolutely kicking goals.
So it's world-class looking barbecue, but such a far cry from what he was putting up in 2010.
But how good is it, though, that he can look on that and be proud that, you know, it wouldn't stand up on today's, you know, culinary plates, but he's come a long way.
Yeah, I listened to a really good interview with Daniel Vaughan where he basically went into a restaurant and they asked for feedback. And he basically said, look, you're going to look back on this in a few years' time and you're probably going to be embarrassed because in a few years' time, with the way you're heading, you're going to just elevate yourself so much further. You'll look back on something that you're really proud of today and you'll be like, oh, wow, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. And I guess we are all evolving so much that maybe we don't notice it, but the dramatic change in just 10 or 15 years has been light and day.
That's it. And it's all about the process, not the destination.
Yeah, and I could almost feel people at home saying, well, hang on a second, you know, barbecue was pretty good 15 years ago. You just had to go to the States. But take a look at that photo there just to prove a point. This is, in 2010, a photo taken by Man Up Texas Barbecue of Franklin Barbecue. Now tell me that could hang today.
No.
It wouldn't rate in the top 1,000 barbecue joints today.
It wouldn't even make Rate My Platter.
That's Franklin Barbecue, 2010.
Wow.